Welcome to my videos on the Siberian cat colors. Look out for 3 others on eye color, Colourpoints and cats with white. In this video we will be looking at the traditional Siberian colors. Anything other than Colourpoint or Neva Masquerade is considered traditional. The images I will be using are of the cats that I either bred myself or owned at some point, and I will be using the most common colors that you will find in Siberian. Traditional colors come in Tubby, solid, and both could also have white on them. Tubbies always have a visible pattern on them. They will have characteristic Tubby barrings on the paws, tail and head. There are 3 common body patterns. Mackerel, when the solid stripes run along the rib cage. Spotted, when you could see clearly defined spots. And classic, showing circular swirls on the body or on the sides of the body. Those are also called oyster marks. Solids have an even distribution of color throughout without any pattern. Both tabbies and solids come in black and dilute of black, which is called blue, but some people call it grey, red and dilute of red, which is cream, and tortoise and silvers. Silvers could be both tabbies with stripes or solid in the form of a smoke. They can also come in black, blue, red, cream and tortoiseshells. But the undercoat on the silvers is always white, nearer to the skin. This is my breeding female and champion Elista. She is 5 months old in this photo and has characteristic Tubby barrings on her legs and M-shaped markings on her forehead. She is probably the most popular shade of the brown Tabby. This is Chantaj. He's a brown classic Tabby male with distinctive swirl markings on his sides. In 2018 he was best all-breed kitten in Europe West region and he was 2nd best Siberian kitten in the world. Here we have a mature brown classic male. His name is Bublik. I bred him and he was actually the first Tikka Supreme Grand Champion Siberian that was bred in the UK. He's a massive male with big boning and a nice clear pattern on his body. He's also pictured here with 6-month-old kitten. It's another boy in exactly the same pattern. The kitten is lighter in color, but he's showing the distinctive swirls on his sides. This is the classic pattern. Here are 2 relatives. The kitten on the left is the grandmother of the kitten on the right, but the picture was taken a few years prior. They are both brown spotted tabbies. Although the kitten on the left looks like it has stripes, you could also see those stripes breaking in some places. And as she gets older, the separation of those lines will be more clear. For this reason, she counts as spotted. And her grandson has clear spots. They're short. Both are brown or black spotted tabbies. These are 2 fully grown females. Look at the different tones of the color. Brown tabbies come in variation of shades. Some are cold with grey undercoat, when others are warm with apricot or copper undercoat. Here we have 2 sets of kittens, 3 boys and 3 girls, and it's another example of the variation of shades of the brown tabbies. This is Goldstream. He's a golden tabby, but in some associations it is still considered as brown. He was original winner kitten in 2015-16 show season and best Siberian kitten in Europe. He has won 25 best kitten awards, and the following season he was the best Siberian cat internationally. He's original winner and supreme grand champion. And here we see him being shown and judged as a kitten by Alexei Shukin from the Netherlands. Here are 2 more images of him at the cat shows as a kitten. One was taken in France and another one in the UK. And here he is fully grown in his winter coat. You can see the classic pattern on his body. He's with Jane Allen, an all-breed judge from the UK. The other image of him shows his beautiful ruff. This is another golden boy. He has a spotted pattern and he's one of my current breeding males. One picture of him as a youngster and the other as a young adult. This is Hamish, the cat from my logo. There's an image of him as a kitten and an adult. He's a brown spotted tabby with white. The white is limited to his socks and the ruff. Here we have a brown classic female with white. She shows the classic pattern on her body, those circular oyster shapes. Also a picture of another young brown spotted tabby with white. Both of them are quite dark and a cooler shade of brown. This is Rafishka, a warmer shade of brown spotted tabby with white, not as dark as the 2 previous cats. She's an international winner, Supreme Grand Champion, and was best Siberian cat in the world in 2015-16 show season. This is a blue tabby. It is more delicate color. Blue is considered a dilute of black or brown. This is a blue tabby with white. This is a red classic Tabby. Some people call them Ginger. This one is Otto. You can find him on Instagram and he lives with Elliot in Henley-on-Thames. And here we have two siblings. One is a red tabby and the other one is a red tabby with white. These are three brown or black Tubbies and white females. Tubbies combine tortoise and Tubbies in one. The two on the left are spotted and the one on the right is classic. She has oyster marks on her sides. The distribution and amount of color is unique to every tortie or Tubby. This is another example of two black or brown Tubbies with white. The reason I chose this picture is to show the difference of color distribution. One has a lot more black or brown on her, while the other one has plenty of ginger or red. Another interesting fact is their eye color. The kitten's eyes are still changing, but the chances are they will end up being green. A slightly older kitten has very vivid yellow eyes. This is the final color and it will not change. Here is another example of two Tubby faces. Both are brown Tubbies with white. You can see the difference of the color distribution. And as I said earlier, Tubbies are unique. You will never find two looking identical. Here we have two blue Tubbies. Unlike browns that combine red, blues combine cream. You can see that one kitten has a little speck of cream on her face, just above the eye. The other one is showing that little cream on her toes. As they grow, cream will become more noticeable and it will cover a larger area of the coat. These are silver Tubbies. They also come in all patterns. We could have silver classic, silver spotted or silver mackerels. The young kitten on the left is a lighter version of black silver. The picture on the right shows a slightly darker variation. This is a black silver shaded, the palest of all silvers. The kitten is very pale and also shows a little bit of tarnishing. Some breeders call it bimetallic, but this pink tinge comes from his golden ancestors. This is a black smoke. It comes in the silver group, but unlike Tubbies with stripes, he doesn't show any pattern on him. So technically, it's a solid cat in silver color. These two are black silver with white. The stunner on the left is black silver shaded with white. He's a very well-known imperial grand champion. He's called Miggy at home, or Mig after the Russian plane. He lives with Paul and Mandy in Yorkshire, UK. He was GCCF Cat of the Year semi-long-haired kitten in 2015-16, and the following year he won GCCF Cat of the Year semi-long-haired adult. This kitten is blue silver with white. He's one of the few blue silvers that I have bred. He also has this cute little white tail tip. Blue is more delicate shade, and he will always stay very pale in color. Here we have two solid black kittens. Although they look very different, they are both identical color. The color distribution on the long-haired solid cats is different to short-haired cats. They can have different shades of color. We can clearly see the magnificent ruff that has a silver tinge to it. This can change with age, and after the first molt, this kitten could completely lose it or it could stay. Here is a solid black female, a fully grown mature adult. She shows a little bit of brown tinge to her ruff. When solid black cats spend a lot of time in the sun bleaches their coat and they end up looking chocolatey. It is not easy to keep a long-haired solid black cat in show condition, and you have to minimize direct summer sun for that reason. This is a black tortie. Torties are always females. This one hasn't got much ginger or red on her. She has these tiny little red socks, and the rest of the ginger patches are speckled over her body. The color will come through with age, and a lot more red will be noticeable. These are two litter siblings. One is solid black and the other is black smoke. Although it counts as silver, it is a solid variation of silver, where we see no tabby barrings on face and paws. You can only get this color if one or both parents carry solid or black. This is a solid white male. He's called Maros. He is evenly colored. White cats have pink noses and paw pads. White is not considered as color. It is an absence of color.